Let's go on and get on over here, Ja. Pull up a little bit of your let's go on and get on over here, Ja. Pull up a little bit of your latest stints in the news. Arrested. My baby boy saw this a couple mornings ago. His mama sent it to me asking me about it. He was supposed to be getting dressed, getting ready for school. Somehow his little eyes wandered over on my phone and saw it. Like that. Is that Ja? Get dressed, boy. We'll talk about it later. For those that don't know, Ja is his favorite player. He even got to get the rubber band and put his hair up on top. And that little ponytail Ja be wearing. And I like Ja too, so I hope it don't sound like I'm just so dogging him out, especially this early. But even still, man, Ja, come on, kiddo. I remember I did a video a couple days ago where I was talking about a few things. I said I'll be back. Somebody said you was looking for beef. So here I go. But yeah, Ja being arrested. So I had looked into it a couple days ago to make sure that he hadn't been arrested and he wasn't. So I'm gonna pull up some news clippings in just a second here. And we're gonna read a little bit of about what's going on. I tried to give it a little bit just to see if he was actually arrested and behind the scenes and nobody knew, or if they was planning on arresting him or whatever the case was. So gave it a little bit of time so we could try to see what all is going on here. The latest I do know for sure is that he's supposed to be suspended at least 2 games. But in the meantime, what we're gonna do is pull up a couple of his little skits. Look at this, y'all. This is, I don't know how I feel about this, Joe. Some of these memes funny as hell though. But look at this, Joe. Come on, man. Come on, Joe. What are we doing? It is just a little too much, Joe. You know what I'm saying? Now, this is what I want to see. Joe, go back and show me at Murray State, wherever else you was at in high school. Show me pictures of you on the internet brandishing guns. That's what I want to see. That's what I want to see, Jock. Go back to Murray State. Show me videos of you brandishing guns. Jock. Go back to high school, middle school. Show me a history of you brandishing, toting guns. That's what I want to see, Jock. Please. We wait. Everybody waiting. I'm waiting. Go back, show me some damn videos, show me some pictures of you with a gang, throwing up signs, uh, shirt off with the gun or with the chopper, with the AK. Josh, show me some footage of you being a real gangster in real life. Josh, please show me that. Before you got the money, right? Did you get the money? And I know the money boo. Anybody that ever has some money know money is gonna boost your ego. Point blank period. Whatever kind of monster you are, before the money, you're gonna be 10 times to 100 times that monster with the money. Point blank period. Ain't no way around it. That's the way the name go. All money do is enhances who you really are. Period. If you solid before the money, when you get the money, 9 times out of 10, you stay solid. That's just how the game go. But if you ain't, if you're a mark, once you get money, you will become more of a mark, which is remarkable. Yeah. But look at this, Josh. Come on. What are we doing? What are we doing, Josh? I ain't done with you. I ain't done with you, Josh. Not just yet. This is one of my favorites right here. Come on, Josh. Hey, oh, I gotta be able to make that smaller. Hold on. I gotta make that picture smaller. I guess y'all can see it. YouTube where see pull up the yeah, they can't see it, but y'all got that handbag with that burner inside. God, you doing too much, man. My boy 8 years old, man. He like you, man. He be loving watching your clips. I gotta hear about Ja all goddamn day. All day is Ja Morant, Ja Morant, daddy Ja Morant. You see Ja Morant, you see what Ja Morant did? He dunked on this guy, he did this. I gotta hear about Ja all damn day. And then we wake up. Matter of fact, his mama just got him a Ja Morant jersey for his birthday. Uh, he looking forward to them Ja Morant shoes coming out. He all about Ja. Then we get this sent to the phone. Well, Ja might say, "Well, I ain't your son role model." Okay, and you could say that, and you may be right, but you're wrong too. Because once you get that light shined on you, if you don't want that light, then go away. Which I know you ain't gonna do, right? You ain't gonna just go away, John. No, you play ball. You love the light too. Most people do love the light, right? What you do with that light, right, is what makes all the difference. If you think you're a role model or not, you're a role model, G. People is watching you. Kids is watching you. Little boys is watching you, going outside, emulating you. I don't want my boy going outside, emulating you, putting no gun to his head and shit like that. Come on, man. And you gotta know you're doing that shit, John. Like you know what I mean? You come from a good home. So from what it looks like, just the outside looking in. Who knows? I don't know, John. I ain't know how I got with him. Ain't my partner. He ain't my homeboy. But I would imagine some with a discipline, with a work ethic as you that you have to make it to the level that you have made it to. You have to have enough sense to know what to do and what not to do. Or when you're doing something that you probably shouldn't be doing. Like you gotta know, John. You gotta know. So yeah, this video is just pull up a few of your pictures of you just doing some dumb shit. Now watch how the dominoes follow, right? Ja out here shooting, acting crazy, right? They say shooting, but banishing gun, beating up on little kids. And then his mans ends up getting hurt. His man ends up getting hurt. I believe it's the one he be throwing all them lives to too. That's gotta hurt. I want to say his name is Josh Hart. I could be wrong, but I'll pull it up in just a second. But yeah, your man's is hurt. Now, somebody else is out. I'm gonna pull up all your information, Josh. But I just had to get some of these pictures up so we can see what you doing, man. You tripping big time. And I mean, think about how you just cursed yourself. Like you was talking big hot boy, you know what? big hot boy, you know what, how you was good in the West. Ever since you said you was good in the West, Ja, you ain't been good in the West, Ja. No, 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 no. You have not been good in the West. And the Western got stronger since you said that too. Y'all have had injuries, quite a few injuries since that happened. You've been getting in a whole lot more trouble since that happened. It almost made me feel like, is this part of your ritual or something? Are you going through your ritual? Are you going through your initiation, job? Are you going through one of those initiations, job? People want to know. I want to know, job. Are you going through one of those initiations? Or is this a part of your ritual, job? Hmm. Is this a part of your ritual, job? I want to know. I want to know, John. Let's see here. So we're gonna bring it up. We're gonna take a look here. Let's get to the YouTube. That's what I want to be on YouTube. So let's just go straight. Yeah, we old school with it. Let's pull up the YouTube. Mhm. Okay. Yeah, we got you pulled up here, John. Let's get to a little quick share screen. See it for video clip. We're gonna share the same. What we gonna do? Oh, shit, to select. No, I ain't saying no. Okay. We'll get into our share game. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's what we want right here. More. Morant to miss 2 more games. Here go, Joe. What we doing, Joe? Let's talk about it. Mm. NBA champ advised Ja Morant to keep your tight. Compare a situation from his own life. Kyle Kuzma talked about the controversy after the Washington Wizards lost to Toronto Raptors. So it seemed like a lot of people trying to talk to Ja. Is Ja reciprocating? I wonder what he feels like right now. I wonder what he's thinking. Y'all shut up. Y'all hating. Y'all mad or something. I wonder what he think. I wonder what he think about us, especially us a little older guys. Y'all just hate. Y'all just, I hope he ain't one of them type of kids. I really do. Like we wake up in the morning and hate on Ja. I don't think that's the case. Let's see here, Ja. Washington Wizards star Kyle Kuzma was asked about the situation involving Memphis Grizzlies point guard Ja Morant, who was suspended for 2 games for appearing to brandish a gun on social media. Why, Ja? What are you doing? You doing on social media? Kuzma, who won an NBA championship with the Los Angeles Lakers in 2020, was asked about the latest controversy about the Grizzlies star after the Wizards lost to the Toronto Raptors. He said NBA players are blessed to be in the situation they're in and drew parallels to his own situation where he had to come to a realization about who he was keeping in his own circle. It's a lot coming from old Kyle Kuzma, huh? But that shows some maturity. This is all about maturity, Job. We on your ass. Hopefully you understand that, this is like one of them things where, it takes a village. You know what I mean? It's one of those type of deals, John. This ain't got nothing to do with trying to bash you, but don't throw your career away, man. We love watching you play, man. I always say you got a nice mix. I want to give you a mix of Derrick Rose and Allen Iverson, maybe. You know what I mean? It's somebody, yeah, Derrick Rose, Allen Iverson, nice little mix. Now, if you could add the jump shot, Joe, if you could add the jump shot where it's consistent knockdown, 40% or so from the three, you know what I mean? We've never seen nothing like that. I take, I say that I take that back. The closest thing, Westbrook, matter of fact, Westbrook fly like Ja, but his handles are not like Ja. His manipulation of the ball and his manipulation of the ball with the dribble, with the footwork. I can't compare him to nobody else right now. I would say the closest thing would be Derrick Rose. Then maybe and then maybe Westbrook. You know what I mean? To be able to just jump, take off, and bang on somebody like that. We got to remember Westbrook ain't but about 6'4". He play like he's 6'6", 6'7", something like that, but he about 6'3", 6'4". Morant is 6'3" as well. You know what I mean? And has Boeing Youngs. Do you hear me? Take off and bite that. I saw him put that ball on the back of his numbers the other day. I was like, yeah, John did. Yeah, he did. Well, come on, cut the tough guy stuff out, Jai. You are not prime boss, man. Are you putting in work on the streets, Jai? Let us know. Are you out there pulling drills, Jai? Are you going on drills, Jai? Okay. Okay, I'll say I just feel like as a black man in our country, especially us in the position that we have, that we're blessed to be one percenters. We're blessed to have, in his case, a shoe deal, $200 million on the horizon. And I think a lot of the time we are figures, but we are role models. You are. We're role models too. There's no way to get around that. You are a role model. You are in front of the public. You are a role, whether you like it or not, whether you accept it or not, you are a role model. Even even people that are not in front of the public are role models. There's no way for you not to be a role model unless maybe you're in prison, locked up, locked away. No one's able to see you. But if people are able to see you, period, you are a role model. Someone is always watching you or somebody else. Somebody is always watching, period. Be on your best behavior. Be on your P's and Q's at all times. Okay, and Kyle say, and you have to realize that everybody, every kid, everybody in general, they're watching us. It's just unfortunate. Thank you, Kyle. I said the same thing. I said the same thing, Kyle. I don't care what you think, Ja. Kids is watching you, man. These kids is watching you, emulating you. Well, Ja did it. Well, if you do it, I'll whoop your ass. Ja ain't my son. You are. So, these are kind of conversations I end up having with my boys. Yeah, Ja ain't your, Ja ain't my son. I know you like watching him play, but leave it at that. You know, but he should know by now the way he behaved is unacceptable, right? And then the number one rule I always was taught that you don't get caught. You doing things you ain't got no business. You at least should have the wherewithal to not get caught. You know, well, that's another story. I know that when I first came into the league, I had all my homeboys around me back from the city. We had great times, and it was very important to keep my homies around because I grew up with them. But if my homies are just yes in me, and they're not allowing me to be the best version of myself, are they really my homies? What Kyle is growing up. Listen to Kyle Kuzma talk, man. Okay. It sucks, man. It definitely sucks. I look at another guy like Miles Bridges, one of my brothers too. Yeah, I miss Miles, but Miles, I love watching Miles play over there in Charlotte with LaMelo Ball. LaMelo really, man, he missed Miles so bad. So much, man. He missed Miles. But anyway, one of my brothers too. It's all about your circle. You got to keep your tight. For us, like I said, we're blessed to have these situations, to have all this money and this clout, and we want to try and use it for as much good as possible, no matter who you are. He'll learn from it. He's so young. He's got a bright future. It's part of his journey. Man, I love to hear Kyle Kuzma talk like that, man. That shows that there's some growth out there. And, Kyle has been through his share a little bit of ups and downs, and we all have. You know what I mean? We all go through our peaks, our valleys, our highs, our lows. It's just part of the game. But we definitely want to see you get it together, Ja. Let's see. Stephen A. wants Ja Morant. NBA has FBI connections. They know how you're acting at all times. See, people. This is what people don't realize either, right? That the NBA does have connections, right? They are, and if you don't believe me, pull up the Carmelo Anthony video where he tells you how the how the FBI, how the NBA had the FBI pretty much following him, knowing his every move. Or write me a note just in case I go back and pull it up. Carmelo said, I've heard a few guys say now it may sound a little crazy at first when you hear it, like they got FBI. Like, think about it though. These guys is getting $2, 3, $400 million, man. I'm investing $2, 3, $400 million in you. Yeah. I need to know what you're doing. I need to know who you hanging around. I do. I need to protect my investment. And I know it does sound a little crazy, but at the same time, it's not crazy. Right? This is too much money, and this is business. We gotta be completely invested and know what's going on here. See if they show this video of this boy. So on Instagram Live, and a screenshot of him appearing to hold a gun was quickly circulated around social media outlets. The video was streamed hours after the Grizzlies played the Denver Nuggets early Saturday morning. The Grizzlies were set to take on the Clippers and Lakers in the upcoming games in Los Angeles. I take full responsibility for my actions last night, Morant said. Duh. I would hope so. I'm sorry to my family, teammates, coaches, fans, partners, the city of Memphis, and the entire Grizzly organization for letting you down. I'm going to take some time away to get help and work on learning better methods of dealing with stress and my overall well-being. And that brings up a point. Like, I brought this up a couple of days ago. It is tough, the pressure that you under to perform for one at a high level, night in, night out. That is tough. But the pressure of having eyes on you 24/7 is tough as well. So you do have to develop some type of character, some type of persona, to deal with all the pressure. Because it can be tough. And like I say, me just being overseas, they treated us like guys overseas, playing basketball, playing sports in general. They treat us like, superheroes. So, there is a lot of attention or whatever the case is, but I couldn't compare that to the attention that you get from the NBA in America, in the United States. Just can't compare it. Now, depending on who you are, where you playing at, how much time you put in, then you could probably, compare yourself a little bit to these NBA guys. But just in general, there's nothing like the NBA. So let's be clear. So I do understand that the kid could be under, boatloads of pressure. But at the same time, who are you hanging around with? And, I see your pops at the game. It's like, come on, pops, grab it. I know if my dad saw me, showing guns on the internet, that he would say something. And just hearing him say something would alert me to be like, maybe that's not a good idea. Maybe that's not a good idea. So let's see if we pulled up old Ja here. Here's the Ja Morant seeing the video appearing to display gun at nightclub. At the nightclub? He was at the nightclub doing this? Ain't no way. NBA investigating. Ain't no way, Ja. You already in trouble. That's why I say, Ja, are you going through one of those rituals, Ja? Are you going through your initiation, Ja? Is that what's going on here? Because this makes no sense. Why is you at the club with the gun? And when you doing $200-300 million deals, you're not even supposed to be the guy with the gun. Let's be clear, Ja. You're supposed to be the guy that has guys with guns. So you can relax and party and talk and hang out and do whatever it is that you do. So you understand me? It's not making no sense that you at the club. I can't believe that. We're gonna see though. Club with the gun. And when you doing $200-300 million deals, you're not even supposed to be the guy with the gun. Let's be clear, Joe. You're supposed to be the guy that has guys with guns. So you can relax and party and talk and hang out and do whatever it is that you do. If you understand me, it's not making no sense that you at the club. I can't believe that. We're gonna see though. Club with the gun. And when you doing $200-300 million deals, you're not even supposed to be the guy with the gun. You're supposed to be the guy that has guys with guns. So you can relax and party and talk and hang out and do whatever it is that you do. If you understand me, it's not making no sense that you at the club. I can't believe that. We're gonna see though. Club with the gun. Days after police reports said Morant allegedly exposed a gun after punching a teenager 12 or 13 times. So you beat the kid up during the pickup game last summer. Video surfaced Saturday of Morant appearing to display a gun while shirtless at a nightclub. Now, I'm not trying to bail him out. So let's be clear on that. I ain't trying to bail him out. Now, I coach still, I still train, I still deal with a lot of basketball. Younger kids today are what older people like myself, especially generations older than me, younger kids today are what we would call disrespectful. With that being said, I think it's the grown-ups' fault for not teaching the youngsters how to be respectful. Regardless, there's a push and pull, you know, between the older and the younger. It is what it is. It ain't no way around it. There's a push and pull between the older and the younger. But the younger boy, I don't want to get on my young boy. I don't want to get on my young boys, but I've seen, especially if they don't know you. If they don't know you, they don't F with you. You know what I mean? Which is not necessarily just such a bad thing, but at the same time, there ain't nothing about being cordial or cool or anything of that nature. If they don't know you, they don't mess with you, and ain't no telling what type of disrespectful behavior you might see, and they just won't care that you're around. I've seen it. It is. I know as growing up, whatever we was doing, no matter how bad it was, when we saw grown-ups, when we saw adults, we knew to relax, chill out, stop doing whatever it was, show respect to the elderly. But at this stage of the game, 2023, a lot of that has changed. Like I said, not trying to take up for Ja, but I do know some youngsters, quite a few of the youngsters is some hard heads. Okay, so let's say Ja's punching this guy 12 or 13 times during the pickup game last summer. So I'm guessing whoever this kid was had to be a kid of some type of stature, right? It got to be some type of kid of stature, because why would he be around Ja Morant? Right? Why would he be around Ja Morant? Like, that ain't adding up. Ja talking about he apologized. Like, what are you doing, Ja? Now, look, I'm imagining playing one-on-one, playing pickup, one-on-one, 2-on-2, 3-on-3, 5v5, whatever it is. We playing. We gonna talk hot boy noise, right? Hot boy shh. We gonna talk big noise. We hooping. It's getting physical. We're getting intense. We gonna talk some noise. There might be some pushing, some jaw jacking. All that's understandable. All that's normal, right? What happens when we get to the point? It say Ja punched him 12, 13. What did the kid do? I need to know, what did the child, this so-called teenager, do? Right? I can't imagine Ja just randomly punching the kid 12, 13 times. Now, I wasn't there. I don't know. I can't say yay or nay which way, but, you know, I got plenty of sense. I would imagine Ja's not just walking up punching somebody 12 or 13 times. Yeah, it says that Ja in a pickup game at Ja Morant's house. Now, how would this kid be at Ja Morant's house 12 to 13 times in a pickup game at Ja Morant's house? How would he be at Ja Morant's house unless he was somewhat of a hooper himself? That don't make sense, right? And if it's somebody that you know and you family with, we shouldn't even be hearing anything about this. So I don't think it was family. According to the report, Morant went to the house after the altercation and emerged with a gun in his waist and his hand on the weapon. Boy, you at my house doing all that wolfing and that talking. Go get that gun. But I'm laughing. I know that might not be good, but at the same time, I'm in my house. That's a lot of things that might not seem right. But when you're at somebody else's house and they want you gone, it's time, you can push back a little bit. But if they really want you gone, go on and get up out of there. Ain't no good gonna come from it. Morant told police he had acted in self-defense and filed a police report after the teenager allegedly said he would come back after the altercation and light this place up like fireworks. So they out there talking big boy noise, man. There's a lot. I'm laughing, but yeah, I know it ain't funny. Yeah, but it is a little funny to me. You're supposed to be out here hooping. You got kids talking about shooting up the house like you in the hood. Got $200-300 $1 million contracts, living in big houses, and y'all out there talking, by doing drills in the upper echelon of neighborhoods. Cut it out. Any and every allegation involving a firearm has been fully investigated and cannot be corroborated. Any and every allegation involving a firearm has been fully investigated and could not be corroborated. Wow. So they couldn't get the story together. This includes the NBA investigation last month, in which they found no evidence. Morant's agent, Jim Tanner, told the Washington Post, adding that it was purely self-defense. Again, after this was fully investigated by the law enforcement, they came to the decision not to charge Ja with any crime. Right. So this reminds me a lot of times, especially when I'm growing up, you be getting the warnings. Now, sometimes you may be in the right a little bit, but a lot of times you're putting yourself in sticky situations, regardless of what you may think or what you may say. If situations keep coming about, then you are putting yourself in harm's way, point, period, blank. If you're around situations and things are happening around you, it's your fault. Ain't no way around that, job. Well, I wasn't doing this. No. Why are you around when incidents like this happen? Period. And my point is, you need to remove yourself from these situations. Who are you with? Who are you hanging out with? What are you doing? These type of situations shouldn't continuously happen, right? And if they do continuously happen, what they say, the calm before the storm, right? Like, these are your warning signs. These are warning signs. Something drastic is going to happen to get your attention unless you get your own attention. This is heavy. That's what they call old wisdom right here. Your old country Southern boy wisdom. Hours after the report, Morant mimicked the gun motion when celebrating the teammates' 3-point make against the Houston Rockets. Yeah, they on Ja. Everybody watching you now, Ja. Everybody. I mean, for me to have to come back and do a video, Ja, everybody watching you. But let's see. This was Kyle Kuzma. So it's Kyle was talking and telling Ja, giving him some news he could use. Hopefully he'll take it, right? So coming back to that first page where, we saw that Ja apologized, like, you better apologize. You got too much money on the table, boy. Gotta apologize. Let's say the gun incident is the latest in a string of controversies looming over the superstar point guard. Morant's actions were investigated on the 29th in Memphis that he said led to a friend, Devontae Peck, being banned from home games for a year. Right. What is your partners doing at the game? They out there woofing, talking, represent, get me hype, pump me up, pause, I need that. I'm looking in the crowd, my boys out there, my pops out there, I'm going crazy on them. I'm dunking on people. Yeah, I'm going crazy on these boys. Yeah. Well, let's go crazy. All that is cool. But if I'm the breadwinner, then a lot of times my decision is final, if not all the time, right? Sometimes there's non-negotiables. Say, listen, man, when y'all in that, I get y'all these tickets, man, got y'all out here living, living a certain type of way. We out and about doing our thing, right? Like I say, living a certain type of way. When y'all get to this game, man, cut up all you want, but do not put yourself in any situation to get thrown out the game. Or like my old man used to tell me, do not do anything to embarrass your family. You can damn near do anything you want to within reason, but do not do anything that will embarrass your family. That stuck with me. And that don't mean that I ain't done a bunch of silly shit before, right? But for the most part, that's branded inside the brain, especially in the subconscious. Don't do anything to embarrass your family, man. So yeah, I'll say that to say, Ja, you gotta huddle your partners up. Listen, man, I can't have y'all out here, what I'm saying, living lavish and y'all mess this up, right? Because y'all mess this up. Can I lean on y'all the way y'all lean on me? Let's be clear. Can I lean on y'all the way y'all lean on me if all this go awry? Probably not, John. And this is when you start having to make business decisions. This is when friends start getting mad at you. Oh, he acting funny. No, you ain't listening. No, you ain't following instruction. You ain't following direction. You ain't following a wise mind. If we're gonna get this paper so we can live a certain type of way for the next 70, 80 years, then don't mess this money up, man. Come in the game, cut up a little bit, talk your talk. But if you see situations arise in the world, no, chill out. I don't care who it is, what he said, what they did, chill out. Get away from them, figure it out. But don't cause no situation that's gonna reflect bad on me. Period. And if you can't do that, that's fine. I respect that if you can't do that. But your ass gotta go. Right. You can't be brown meat. Get away from brown here. Let's see, Morant and Peck also involved in a civil lawsuit brought after an incident this past summer, which a 17-year-old allegedly that they assaulted him at Morant's home. The Shelby County District Attorney's Office said in January that it was aware of the incident after a careful review of the facts decided that there was not enough evidence to proceed with the case. See, this is like what I was saying earlier. Like you get these warnings, Are you taking heed to these warnings? Right? How many times do somebody got to tell you, hey, you need to chill out before something crazy happens? Right? How many times do it take for somebody to tell you, say, you doing too much before something crazy happen and jeopardize your whole entire career? Excuse me. I don't want to see it, John. You know what I'm saying? Like I say, I make this video more so for my oldest boy, James the Great. He admires you, right? So much so that I've been watching so much film on you lately. Really kind of breaking down and critiquing your game. We've watched some of your somewhat, I guess, mini documentaries. Watching you flip the tires, jump on the tires, things of that nature. And like I say, my oldest son is really watching and paying attention to you. And he's young. He see you put your hair in the rubber band or whatever the case is, put your hair up top. He want to put his up top. Cool. Right? He sees you with the 3 braids. I forget exactly how the hairstyle was. His hair is long and braided. He want to braid his hair like Ja. Regardless of whether you know it or not, whether you accept it or not, Ja, you are a role model. You are in a position that the 1% only can be in. Everybody else has to watch. What will you do with that power? Tarnish it or empower your people? It's Emac Gibbs 639. Y'all give me a holler. We'll be back. One.